We're gonna finish this guy up and do some keychains. So this is Janice's custom watch strap that I'm making for her. Yes. Listen, dude, I'm always on Instagram, so you know you can always message me at any point in time. I really mean that. So for anyone who is new and hasn't been around during a lunchtime before, let me kind of explain how we take our lunch breaks here. So I take an actual lunch break when I am streaming my Leathercraft. So what I usually do is I put on a video, one of my videos that I've made, and I let this kind of replay until I get back. And essentially it's just like a little clip of me making one of my items, and you guys can kind of just hang out and see how that's done. This will play during lunchtime today. It'll play during our lunch break, and it's the same video over again, but it's just an opportunity for anyone stopping by to kind of see something on the screen. So yeah, I'll be back in about an hour. I hope you guys have a wonderful lunch break as well, and I'll see you soon. It was great meeting you as well, Kidney, and I really hope you had fun watching this morning. Hopefully I get to see you again. And thank you again for your new subby. I hope you enjoy your toast. All right, guys, I will be back. I left my glue open. It's not good. I see I missed some resubbies. Kip, thank you so much for the resub. And I saw Cubs as well. Both of you, thank you so much. How you guys doing? My thing is trying to reconnect, so unfortunately I can't see what you're saying just yet. Now I see it. Hope we had a good lunch break. I did. We had some eggs. Well, actually, we made our own egg McMuffins. Delicious. Yo! Warfire! Oh my god, my dude. Like 7 years! Isn't it crazy? Thank you so much for the 75 months of support. I really appreciate it. Seriously, thank you very, very much. That is an insane, insane amount of support. I am back. Hello. Unfortunately, my thing is kind of going crazy, so I can't really see anything well just yet. I can see, like, the messages, I think, rolling in, but it's, like, kind of spinning. 1 second. Oh, yeah. Failed to load everything. She's back! I'm back! Hello, everyone. All right, it's loading. Hi! How was everyone's break? I had a good break. Chilled out, made some lunch, rolled a joint, smoking said joint. Let's see. Boop. Homegrown plums? What did you eat them with, Flair? Flair, I just want to say, in recent times in my chat, and no one take this wrong, Flair, you have been someone who has me so completely intrigued. And I know that sounds crazy, but you always talk about so much random stuff, like eating homegrown plums, and you know a lot of shit. Like someone was talking about fractured burning today, or the fractured wood burning, and you were like, that's not actually it. And yeah, I feel like you're an extremely intelligent person, and you'd be fun to hang out with. Just saying. Anyways, that's my high talk. Just ate them plain, super sweet and yummy. What does... When you say a homegrown plum, is it one of the, like, they're purple? Plums are the one that are purple and kind of sour? At least the ones that I have. Eclectic person. What does eclectic person mean in this stance? I've heard eclectic before, but I don't know if I know what the meaning of it is. I also like that you're someone who uses a lot of like interesting words, because I find like I learn a lot of words from reading, but I also learn a lot of words from you guys. So like whenever someone says a word like eclectic that I don't know, I get to ask, and yeah, it's kind of nice. Don't move, have a cat on my legs. I'm kind of jealous. I wish Kiera would hang out in here with me, but she doesn't want to. A diverse range of things. Sweet. A random collection. Eclectic. I guess that makes sense, because you hear the word like collect almost. Eclectic. I like it. A Renaissance person. Flair's my spirit animal, right, Box? Hello, Spunk. How are you doing, my dear? It's good to see you. My wife is getting sick and tired of all my hobbies. Listen, it's not a bad thing, Box. You keep yourself busy, I'm sure. It's good to see you, too. I missed you. How have you been? We're working on watch straps today, guys. So I currently have one baby in my hand. How's the lighting? Is it a little too bright? Is it too bright for you guys? I can't really tell. I've not been too bad. I've been a little stressed, admittedly, recently. Just like with all the move and stuff like that, guys. Blah. It's been very busy, essentially. That's the best way I can explain it for the bajillionth time. It's just busy. And I don't do well when I'm stressed, guys. I'm someone who, like, I guess because of anxiety, when I get stressed, it's like, oh my God, I can't fucking function. Life is difficult. And yeah, so just like with the move and trying to get ready for markets and like all of this stuff, it was just a little too much for me. So I had to take some time away to really like fucking unpack shit. I spent all yesterday cleaning, and let me tell you, I feel like $1 million today, guys. Same, so I buy sneakers. I try not to spend money because I'm also somebody who, it is a little baby fork, isn't it? It's so cute. I also am someone who like retail therapy really helps me, but that's like a terrible, like I don't want to be spending a ton of money on stuff. So I do though. It's like I'm a big retail therapy person, so I try very hard not to go overboard. I need to uninstall apps. Yes. Having like shopping apps is a killer. I saw in the stories from the market on Insta. Looked nice. Yeah. So I got to some more markets, which is really good. And I had a bunch. What's it called? I had like a bunch of people stop by. I sold a bunch of stuff, which was really nice, and it's wonderful. Hello, Knockout Shorty. So I just spent like 2 hours working on an Excel sheet to calculate recipe costs. I fucking love it, Yeti. Share all the deets if you want. We are here to listen and enjoy. My therapy's browsing camera rings and attachments on Amazon. Touché. It's so funny and it sounds really dumb, but cleaning really is like a good way for me to de-stress. And like, I'm not saying that I have the cleanest house on the planet either, guys. Like, we have a ton of animals and I definitely don't clean like every day. But when I get in those moods where I need like a full fucking day just to like zone out, get high, and just fucking scrub the shit out of stuff, I never feel better than after one of those days. Like yesterday, guys, I was literally mopping the walls. Like, no joke. I was taking my mop and just like, I even have like a specific mop that I love that I went and me and Andrew went and bought at Costco. I kept telling him about this fucking mop. I was like, Andrew, my mom had it. We have to get this mop again. I miss it so much. And we finally got it at Costco, and Andrew's like, you're right, Katie. It's a pretty fucking good mop, isn't it? And I was like, I told you, it's the best mop. And yeah, I fucking love using that. So like vacuuming and sweeping the floors and then mopping the floors and like wiping down surfaces, that is my usual. Like, I do that at least like once a week. It's not at least, it's definitely once a week, and then like spot cleaning here and there. I hate cleaning, but that feeling after you've accomplished it, love that, right? And that's the thing, like, it's really funny, Spunk. I wasn't a big cleaner when I grew up, but once I moved out on my own and I started living on my own, I realized how much you really did need to clean. And so like, I just started doing my own cleaning, and I realized like, oh shit, when I'm stressed, I can just fucking clean, and I can just think and clean my house at the same time. And you don't even notice that you're cleaning. You know what I mean? Like, by the time I'm done cleaning, I just finish whatever I'm stressing about. And I'm like, oh shit, look at my house. Who did this? Thank you. No, actually, guys, the hurricane didn't affect the east coast of Newfoundland, like, at all. So Newfoundland is a very big island, guys. Like, it's massive. So the hurricane went between Newfoundland, PEI, New Brunswick, and Labrador, essentially. I think it went over Labrador. So it only hit the west coast of Newfoundland. They got fucked. Like, people lost their lives. There are houses currently floating in the ocean. There are houses in a million pieces on the ground. Like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up out there right now. They're in bad shape. But over here, like, while people were literally dying on that side of the island, which is fucked, this side of the island, it was 22 degrees Celsius out, sun and like fucking birds chirping outside. It was insane. The only thing that was going on was it was kind of windy. Like we definitely felt the wind over here, but that's it. So basically it takes the cost of, let's say, flour and breaks it down to cost per gram. Enter grams for the recipe, then you enter the amount of servings. That is fucking amazing. Hell yeah. Andrew also loves a good spreadsheet, so anytime I need some like spreadsheet help, I always get Andrew to make me little spreadsheet charts because he's very good at it. Sucks the house can't be pressure washed top to bottom. Can you imagine if we could? Though you can pressure wash the outside of your house, which is pretty satisfying. I may or may not have made a pivot table today. What is a pivot table? Guys, my hair's getting so long. It's insane. For budgeting and costs, I really need to get my budget made again up on Google Sheets. It's so fucking good to have your budget on there. It's kind of insane, honestly. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys this. I bought some more sanding blocks. I have to say, I'm kind of tempted to pick up a couple more in between. I've really been liking these. It's been really good. Andrew actually helped me make a spreadsheet for my leather and like the costs and stuff like that. I need to sit down and remake it because the cost of everything has kind of gone up. Listen, I totally get it, Yeti, and good luck. You could try doing, I know like, it might sound silly if you have to do a test. Why don't you go on to Skillshare and do like a couple little classes on Skillshare for PowerPoint and Excel? At least it'll help you like refresh your previous knowledge so that you do have a little tiny bit more to go on. And like Skillshare is relatively affordable. Like it's really not too bad. You can find like free classes as well. Hey, Variant! Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate you stopping by again. Thank you very, very much for sharing. Sharing your little resubby is now my favorite emote. I use it all the time. It's me. So, Variant, if you don't know, I'm a very big hugger. And I always walk around our house looking at Andrew and I just lift my hands up and he knows that that means I want a hug, so he'll come over to me. And so that's what that is. It's just me with my hands up, getting ready for a hug. Yeah, it's all about commands and stuff like that. And it's pretty intuitive as well. And there's so many free resources online for like spreadsheet and all of those things. It's great. Yeah, I have to say, I really do love all of our emotes. I'd like to get some new ones, but they're so expensive. But I'm not good enough at drawing to make my own, unfortunately. And I don't know if I'd have the time to even do it. Can you make a double zip crossbody bag? I've never made a crossbody bag with a zipper yet, like not with leather. I tried. I don't have enough experience yet to like say that I'd be comfortable doing zippers for like a crossbody, but at some point in time I'm hoping to start getting to use more and figure it out from there. Same, I mess everything up. It's really hard. It is complicated. I think the only zipper I can show you that I've made that actually looks good is in this. All my leather goodies just in here. Zippers are really complicated. I've actually considered buying a couple jigs. I know you can get some crafting jigs to help out. Where the heck? Yeah. So the only zipper that I've ever really had turn out like extremely well is this guy here, and I'm still not in love with it. And that made it difficult? I believe it. So I made this zipper wallet. And as you can see, like the corners are okay, but they're not perfect. Yeah, that one there. And then when I open it, this zipper here turned out really well as well. Yeah, zips don't love sharp corners, that's for sure. But that being said, it does zip very seamlessly, like it doesn't feel bad. You can actually see how smooth that is. I've been learning is it C++ or is that one C#? No, it might be C++. And yeah. So this one here, it's like just like a regular wallet with some cash slots and then a zippy in the center. Ah, C# is the hashtag. I hate that I call it hashtag now instead of, what's the word for it? The numeric or whatever? What's its actual term? I know hashtag works, but... £, there you go. Thank you. C# is love, C# is life, C++, yeah. It's like an octothorpe, is that how you say that? You guys are teaching me so many new words. What's happening? I do genuinely love Octothorpe. Oh, Octothorpe. Bambi, like, did you learn anything today? Oh, it's an octothorpe? Is that it? Is that how it's pronounced? Also, Thorpe? Thorpe. I do kind of like Thorpe better. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I also really appreciate you guys helping me like pronounce things, BT dubs. Like, very, very kind of you guys. Octothorpe? Is that how you would say it? Octothorpe! That's way cuter! The Octothorpe. Sounds right on the ears. It does. Octothorpe. I love it. I think I called it the pound, honestly. I probably would have called it whatever the phone lady called it. Please press pound. That's what I would have called it. And I'm so glad you've been getting so much good use out of the emotes variant. Yeah, whatever the phone lady said, that's what I was going with when I was a kid. If she said pound, I said pound. Oh, sorry, box. Gotta be careful. %99 visible? What is that? Unfortunately, I can't click on links right now, guys, until our internet gets fixed because I'm using my computer is using Wi-Fi internets and my laptop is also Wi-Fi, but this thing, for whatever reason, does not want to connect. So I ain't even gonna touch it. It's a podcast about designing things? Sweet. I do like learning how things are made. Actually, it's really funny, but that's probably one thing that growing up, I loved being able, like, I've always loved to learn. And growing up, like, I loved when people told me things, so I loved to tell people things that I had learned. And I just tried learning a bunch. And so as I grew up, like, I always just started knowing a bunch of like random facts about shit. And so Andrew turned on a podcast, funny enough, on Spotify, I think, or maybe Stitcher one night while we were cooking. And they started talking about glass and how glass was made. And I was like, oh, it's just like a bunch of metals essentially rubbed down. And then they started talking about it. And Andrew's like, what the fuck? Like, how do you already know this? And as we kept listening, like, I just kept being able to be like, oh, I know how that's made, and I know how that's made. And yeah, being a little know-it-all kid is kind of fun because you get to know a bunch of shit. Always a recipe for disaster. Yeah, thankfully the computer is doing very well. It's not having any issues at all connecting. At least hopefully you guys find that the connection seems okay. I hope the stream looks good. You definitely teach us a lot. I appreciate it. I try. Hopefully you learn a little bit about leathercraft, if anything. Stream has been good so far. Sweet. Good job, little streams. Keep it up. Of a patch my dad got when they were visiting your area, Silver. Oh, I think I saw you message me that. I can't remember when it was, but... Let me go. Oh! Oh. So, I noticed that it says St. John. Were they actually in New Brunswick? Because there's Newfoundland, or St. John's in Newfoundland is typically ST instead of Saint. Or the, yes. Oh, watch straps are so time consuming, that and baby shoes. I really want to try making a pair of leather baby shoes. I think that would be so fucking fun and super cute as well. Nonetheless, it's still super cool. The badges are really pretty. It's so much fun, but not very profitable. Yeah, I guess people... Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know how much you'd sell a pair of baby moccasins for, and what people would be willing to spend for some handmade baby moccasins. They'd be good for little gifts and stuff like that. Hello, Rook. How are you? I actually don't find watch straps too time consuming, so I make watch straps and I sell them at around $85. I've actually considered upping that in the new year because they do take a little bit more time. But I do really enjoy making them, so I want people to buy them. Just starting your day? Nice. Are you drinking your coffee? I'm trying to drink some water. Let's take another little snip of this on the gram. Sweet. Ta-da! Oh, it makes you anxious? That's the worst. I wonder if coffee makes me anxious. No, I don't know if it does. Even though I have I do have anxiety, but I don't find it's from coffee. It's more so that I'm a worrier. So yeah. Yes, Red Bull. Oh my goodness. I would love a Red Bull right now, but honestly, I'm too lazy. Gives you wings. I do love a good Red Bull. Also, I do love this color of leather, Noobsy. And welcome to the stream. You've been saying that you've been doing leathercraft and stuff like that. I'd love to see some of the stuff that you make. We're always up for sharing stuff in our Discord, so if you want to join it and post some of the things that you've made. Yeah, do it up. Did you find the stream because I had leathercraft in the title of it? I've been trying to I've been trying to keep it up in the title. It is sweet. I've been noticing a couple more people showing up who do leathercraft recently, and I think it's because I might have added the actual leathercraft tag, so. Good wording? Sweet. I find taking melatonin helps with anxiety, not too helpful to actually make me sleep. I find melatonin for me, the nightmares I would get were not worth the extra sleep, and I also found that they made me really groggy the next day. So I always wanted to sleep in, so I would sleep in longer, then I would get up, and then I would go to bed later, so I'd need more melatonin. And yeah, I found that it worked for a bit, but it definitely didn't fix my issue, because just the side effects from it. And the nightmares, I really did not like those nightmares. They were so vivid. That's one of the side effects, actually, for anyone who doesn't know. The side effects of melatonin is actually vivid dreams is a very common one that people get. And yeah, I could not handle them. They were just a little too much for me. Well, I was only taking, when I first started taking melatonin, I think I was taking half of a 5, so I was taking 2.5 milligrams. So I was not taking a lot, but by the time my body got used to it and I needed more and more to continue being able to sleep, I was upwards of taking sometimes it's terrible, but 30 milligrams of melatonin to try to sleep. My sleep at this point in time was really fucked up though. Like I was essentially like sporty. It's so bad to say this, but like back when you were watching, back when I was streaming like, you know, upwards of 16 hours a day, I was like drinking fucking cough syrup to try to sleep, guys. It was so bad. I would never condone that, and I can laugh about it now because I'm recovered. But yeah, I was fucking like drinking cough syrup and everything. Like my sleep was so fucked, and yeah, the melatonin didn't help, but I finally fixed it. What is this tool used for? I did. Unfortunately, streaming so much really did fuck my sleep up a lot. So this tool here, Rolock, is actually called an edge creaser. So this tool here is essentially designed to create a decorative edge on your leather. So I don't know if you can see, just right on the very edge there, there's this little tiny crease. Essentially it creates that in the leather, and you can heat the tool up. You can see how it's kind of black on the tip. I use heat to warm, kind of get the tool nice and hot, because I find it just leaves a better impression. But depending on the leather that you're using, you do definitely have to be a little careful. Vivid dreams can be really intense. I had them when I was on my previous antidepressant. They were really rough. Yeah, vivid dreams are not fun. So that's why I stopped taking melatonin. That and just the grogginess and stuff that after was really bad for me. Brain chemistry is very strange and can honestly be changed so easily. So it's really important to make sure you're talking to healthcare professionals about anything you're using that can change the chemistry of your brain, even melatonin. It's my favorite tool. Mine too. I absolutely love the edge creaser. So what I'm doing here, guys, I'm essentially using this bone knife as a backstop for my keeper. I actually forgot to crease my keepers before I put them together. So essentially all I'm doing is just using this as a little bit of a padding, and so I can take this and go around the edge and just crease that little baby up so it's not forgotten. And that way you're protecting the leather behind it, because if you touch the leather with the edge creaser, you're going to leave some marks, especially if you're like me and you heat yours up. So this is just like a little tiny tip. And if you're like me and you forget something, it's not too bad. You can usually go back and fix it. Because of a TV show, I learned a lot from TV as well. I see, so many tools I don't have any idea about. Rolock, are you interested in leathercraft? I'm very glad we finally have Truvada preventative medication, but it gives you very mild, very vivid dreams. Oh no! I'm definitely glad we have that medication as well. It is very, very important, but it is extremely unfortunate that it creates vivid dreams. Vivid dreams suck. They're scary. All right, keeper has been creased. So here's how it's looking so far, guys. I love making watch straps, guys, because I find like the detailed work is really interesting. Like I enjoy being super close and just like focused and really having to like pay attention to what I'm doing. It's really nice. It kind of slows things down a bit, I find. I'm using chrome tan leather. So Noobsy, admittedly, most of my leather, actually like all of my leather, is for, or is veg tan leather. I don't really love chrome tan. I haven't been a big fan of like some of the stuff that I've gotten for it. So I try to stick to, the veg tan stuff. Right? The bone folders or bone knives, amazing. I absolutely adore them. And they're really, really good in leathercraft too. If you don't have one of these for leathercraft, you should. Making an L-shaped wallet at the moment, though it's now just a normal wallet since I screwed up the holes for the sewing on the off part. It happens. Even now, I've been doing this full time, so I'm self-taught for leathercraft. I essentially started researching leathercraft in 2019, and it was kind of like a COVID project because I found it at the end of 2019, just as we went into Christmas time. And then New Year's happened, COVID happened, lockdown happened, and I was like, fuck it, let's just do a ton of research on leathercraft. So I essentially spent all of 2020 just researching about leathercraft. I started trying to sew and learning some crafting stuff, and from there, essentially 2021, I started actually leathercrafting, and I started making some stuff here on Twitch and showing it with my community. And then I started up an Etsy shop and I started selling it. And I've been very fortunate to be able to do this every day or almost every day. So I've learned a lot in a very small, like short amount of time. But leathercraft is amazing. And no matter how long you're studying it or how long you're like making things, there's always a chance to make mistakes. I still fuck up to this day. Like there's pieces that I've absolutely just completely ruined. I can't even like save them, which is always like a fuck. But yeah, it's kind of like a part of the process. Sometimes something doesn't turn out exactly how you expected, but it turns out even better in the end. What exactly is a vivid dream? I'm not sure if I've ever had a non-vivid dream. So exactly what Console said. Vivid dreams don't feel like, oh, this strap you're making, is it for an order or a market? This one here that I'm making is actually for an order right now, Flair. Janice ordered one, so I'm making one for her. Exactly, Noobsy. If I can recommend keeping like a notebook of all the stuff that you've been doing, so now that you've made like a mistake and you want to learn from that mistake, the best way to do it is to kind of write it down so you can look back and say, fuck, I've done this before. So you can even draw your little pattern that you've made your wallet out of and put a little annotation where you fucked up and write a little note to yourself like, did this is how I fixed it, or how I think I could fix it, and that kind of stuff. Like, I have so many notebooks around my office, and anytime I feel like I need to write something down because it's something I want to try to remember, yeah, I just write it down and I find it really helpful. Because then I can go back and research it and stuff too. So what are you smoking? I'm smoking a joint. Do you like the strap flare? Oh, let me put it down here so you guys can actually see it. My fucking water bottle. I love that blue. It's gorgeous. There's something about it. It's almost like when the light hits it, it gets so much lighter than when it doesn't. So it's super interesting to look at, if that makes sense. Indica or sativa? Oh, sorry, Johnny. I think this one is a hybrid. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 21.3%. And I think it's a hybrid on the indica side, but I can't remember. We have 2 bags of weed downstairs. I know this one here was not the Blue Dream. Hey, Pseudosaurus! The market went really good. This is the Janice Blue. Like, the only reason we have this was because of Janice seeing it, and I had to order it, and I'm so glad we did. Because it's gorgeous. But it's still bright enough to have some impact. It's a perfect balance, right? Yeah, I fucking love this. It's so pretty. All right, let's do some stitching. What are we at right now? Cornflower blue. I don't know if I've ever heard of that color name. Cornflower blue. Oh my goodness. Oh, amazing, Sean. Which one did you get? Let's go take a look. Bifold and chestnut. Oh my goodness, I literally have it just over there. Fuck yeah. Thank you for your order. It's already made, so that bad boy is ready to go. So it'll be going out this week. Also, this is totally a cornflower blue, and I love it. I had no idea this was the name of the blue. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, I know these. Have you guys ever